Learn to avoid these 5 Railroad Medicare mistakes. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Highball Advisors Railroad Retirement Whiteboard. My name is John McNamara of Highball Advisors, and today we're going to talk about Medicare, right? Railroad Medicare. So railroaders, you're getting Medicare, but it's called Railroad Medicare. You have a different back end, but it's basically, for the most part, it's Medicare, all right? So I just want to talk about some of the mistakes that you want to keep an eye out as you're going through this whole Medicare process. All right, so number one, thinking Railroad Medicare is inexpensive or free, okay? It's not. There's money. You've got to plan for it. So it's not 100% coverage, right? Not everything is covered. All parts have costs, and there's going to be co-pays and premiums, right? So, that's an expense in retirement. Like I always say, taxes and healthcare are the two biggest expenses in retirement, so you have to plan for that. Number two, enrolling in Railroad Medicare late, right? So there's penalties involved if you do that. Now, if you're collecting your railroad retirement already, you're going to get automatically enrolled into Medicare. Okay, so you're fine there. But then there's different periods depending upon the situation. Like if you're working, if you're still working, and you have a spouse working, getting coverage, all those type of things. Now, it's important to remember there is no penalties for Medicap or Medicare Advantage if you get there late on that, okay? Number three, no sign-up period for Part D, okay? Late penalties if you don't sign up. Part D is that prescription drug plan piece, okay? So you can't say, oh, I need the drugs, I got to sign up for Part D now. You got to sign up right away. Otherwise, you're going to have those late penalties, which could be very, very expensive. All right, number four, failure to review your private coverage, right? That Medicap, Medicare Advantage. So they get an annual notice of change every year. You got to go through that and understand the Medigap rate of change also. So understand, go through it. Is this meeting my needs? Is this doing everything that I want to do? It has the fees increased, all those type of things. So you got to keep an eye on that. Every year you got to review it. Number five, assuming pre-existing conditions are covered, all right, or don't matter. Well, they do matter because you have that initial 6 months is guaranteed issue. So if you have a pre-existing condition, you don't want to miss that guaranteed issue time, all right? And it only occurs once in your life, all right? So let's go through that. Let's go through the initial period here. So it's 3 months before 65, Medicare, the year of 65, and 3 months after the month, and 3 months after 65. So those are the months that you've got to get the covered. Now, you also have a special period where, let's say if you're retiring after 65 and you're leaving an employer, right? Because if you're working for a company that has 20 or more employees and you have health coverage, then that's always going to be primary to Medicare, right? So now if you left, let's say 67, you're leaving, okay, you got to get right into there on that initial period, especially if you have a pre-existing issue, okay? And then even if or another period is the special period also is if a spouse is retiring, okay? If you recover under a spouse's health insurance, that could be another issue. So some of the action items we want to do as we take away from this video is in your financial plan, as you're planning for retirement, right? Include those Medicare costs. Very, very important. Because even you might have not only the straight Medicare costs, you have the Medigap costs you might have, or if you're on Advantage, you have that. Maybe you might even have an IRMA penalty. You have to, because your income's too high. You got to plan for that also. All right. Understand the elimination periods. Very, very important. Or the election periods. I'm sorry, the election periods, right? The initial, special, very important. Choosing your private plan, right? That Medigap or Medicare Advantage, which one works best for you and why. For all your things. And then also always review annually. Very, very important. So here's, 5 mistakes you want to avoid when you get on that Railroad Medicare, right? Healthcare, big, big expense. So these are the type of things we'll go through in the Boarding for Railroad Retirement process. If you want to sign up for that, if you're at or near retirement, that's great. Shoot me some questions also. I'll put some comments in on the videos. That would be great. Click on the notification bell to get the latest video. Until next time, everyone, please stay safe, stay on track, and take care. So long, everybody.